time is now 7:30, and I'd like to call this regular monthly meeting of the Downers Grove Public Library Board of Trustees to order. Caitlin, could you proceed with the roll call?
Trustee Earl?
Here.
Trustee Evelyn? Here. Trustee Ugani? Here. Trustee Humphries?
Here.
Trustee Stapleton? Here. President Kramer?
Here. Thank you very much. I'd like to take this moment to welcome our visitor to our meeting. Thank you very much. I'm from the library, John. We're now on to agenda item number 4, approval of minutes. Does anybody have any questions or comments regarding last month's minutes?
We read them, and I don't. I'll make a motion that the minutes presented the packet.
All right, we have a motion to approve last month's minutes that has been seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes have been approved. We're now on to agenda item number 5, financial matters. Does anybody let us know how we're doing.
We're doing great. Things are plugging right along on both the revenue side. We are right on track. Expenditures, the same thing. As a matter of fact, we're even under in a few of our expenditures lines. Everything's pretty much as expected. You will be seeing more showing up on that invoice edit list for the capital replacement fund, such as page 10, as we get into paying our various vendors for the upcoming project. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
My question is just on page 6. We are doing great on charges for services at over 200%. So tell me what that actually is versus fees, rental fees, and fines.
Charges for services is things like copier and
Copiers and printers, which are our regular revenues that come in for that every month, but that's also our miscellaneous line that we use if we get a refund from a vendor, or the comment rebates line in there.
Okay,
So it's kind of, and that's the line that the village instructed us to use for
Okay.
miscellaneous items like that. So
Okay.
we've got some large ones coming in, as well as the insurance refund that we got when we switched groups. That came in at the beginning of the year, so that quickly put us almost
Okay.
in that budget there.
I had just 2 quick questions. One is, and this is more out of curiosity, the payment to the park district, and kind of what that entailed. It was $783, but that was just.
That was summer reading club prizes.
Okay.
yeah, the minor
Like
like
links.
tickets.
Okay, so that was part of, I saw the Tivoli and every
Mhm.
Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Park district
All
stuff.
part of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a, you still have another question?
No, I'm good. That
How about
covers
the
it.
$7,000 to LinkedIn? What was that?
That's for our Linda library.
Library,
database.
yeah. Lynda.com is actually owned by LinkedIn.
Oh.
And that's why when we put it on the invoices of note, we put things like that, because things like that one, there's some others where the name of the owning company, who the check gets made out to, and what it actually is, don't necessarily line up. Good question.
Any other questions or comments?
I'll make the motion that the financials as presented in the package are approved, and I think we specifically call out payroll on page 19 of 33377 on that. Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the financial agenda item number 5 that has been seconded. Caitlin, could you proceed with the roll call?
Trustee Earl?
Yes.
Trustee Evelyn?
Yes.
Trustee Ugani? Yes. Trustee Humphries?
Yes.
Trustee Stapleton? Yes. President Kramer?
Yes. Thank you very much. The financial matters have been approved. We're now on to agenda item number 6, public comment on agenda items. Joni or Ed, do you have any?
How dramatic is that?
The brought back the shortest meeting of the year.
And we are on to agenda item number 6. Did either of you have any public comment on agenda items? Okay. Agenda item number 7, public comment on other library business. Okay. We're now on to agenda item number 8, new business, the fiscal year 2019 Illinois Public Public Library per capita grant application requirements, and we have a presentation.
Actually, we are, let's see, let's do the very quick version. Officially, we are supposed to discuss a few of these items, so I just figured that we would bring it to a board meeting, and that way we can say we've officially discussed them. The 4 requirements are the standards chapter review, which is for library staff to review our progress on meeting the reference and readers advisory services standards, and we have those checklists in your packets. You can take a look at those. You're all supposed to read, as our trustees, your trustee facts file, chapters 6 through 10. And then everybody, the trustees and staff, now notice they don't say all trustees or all staff, just trustees and staff. So we've interpreted that so at least a few of you and at least a few of us need to attend one of these free online education opportunities for serving the needs of patrons with challenges or disabilities. I have already attended one of those webinars. We have other staff who are also on track to attend a few of those. Swapna has already gotten the gold star for being the first trustee to complete this. So if you have a chance, I have sent out some links to some of those resources. Most of them are pretty quick, and they're actually very interesting. And on the outreach side, there is familiarizing ourselves with the Illinois Veterans History Project. And I did include the participation form in your packets. And this project is to create a permanent record of the names and stories of Illinois war veterans and civilians who served our state and our country during war so that their contributions won't be forgotten. And this is also feeding into the Library of Congress's Veterans Oral History Project. So not only can people submit their stories as they can on the form that you all received, where they ask for your information and to tell your story in writing, you can also do an oral history, and they have the guidelines are here, they have their field kit, they have a companion video about how to go about doing that, and then the Library of Congress is compiling those veteran oral histories. So that's the Illinois Veterans History Project. This can all be found on the Secretary of State's website, cyberdriveillinois.com, and it's a really great project.
Is it just the libraries that are promoting this, or are other
No,
municipal?
this is any, you'll find a lot of information about this at any Secretary of State department of the state. So you'll find information about this at the DMV, ironically, because it is one of the things that the state library kind of started as piggybacking with the Library of Congress's Veterans Oral History Project, and they're trying to promote it through all avenues of the secretary.
But the municipalities are not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I'm just wondering if we might put a little box in discoveries sometime or something, just to a link to something that people
Sure.
can follow, not the whole form and all that.
That's a good idea, actually, we should do that.
Well, that's what I was just wondering, like, do we have anything set in the library? It doesn't have to be.
We can do a little display about the veterans.
Because in the way I was reading this was that, you know, it could be, okay, so yeah, you could complete it if you are the veteran, but also it could be like someone's grandson
Yes.
completes it on behalf of their grandfather or something. It's like, well, I guess.
Yeah, and we could say
Mm-hmm.
some forms are available in the office, or something like that, just do our part.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is the Illinois Veterans History Project.
When is Veterans Day?
It is the 12th of November. I want to say. The 12th, I believe, is the observed day. Yeah.
Do something that's good at that.
The students could be having projects around that time,
did include the reference and readers advisory services checklists from the standards for Illinois libraries in your packets. Generally, we do all of these things. And in particular, things like doing continuing education with our staff on reference and readers advisory services. Those are things that we do on a regular basis, but also appear in our strategic plan document to continue to support continuing education for our staff. So lots of good information there, and just as an FYI, they will actually be having an open discussion about the Serving Our Public 4.0 standards for Illinois public libraries, the new edition that's supposed to come out next year. There will be a discussion at the Illinois Library Association conference in the beginning of October that I will be attending to give some feedback on the new version of the Illinois Library Standards. And that's that.
I guess for our new members, we're usually ahead of the curve on this one because we have a great library and a great staff. There are some of the smaller libraries in the state that have a little stretch on some of these things in order to accomplish all of them.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, they squeeze one in
That throws a curveball to everybody.
to us.
Can you resend the links?
Sure.
to this? I don't know.
Sure. And if anybody else is looking for them, the original was sent on August 23rd.
Okay.
And so that there's gonna be like a little exam you fill in after those chapters, I think? Okay.
Are we still give out copies of the facts forward?
Yes, as a matter of fact,
Oh, yeah.
if you would like it,
No, I
an
have
extra
it.
copy, Susan has
I
returned
have
it.
Since it's all online now, I
Yeah.
don't know whether we still pass it out or
Wait.
not. Okay.
All right.
Okay, we are now on to agenda item number 9, unfinished business, which I don't think we have any items to discuss under unfinished business. We're now on to agenda item number 10, the library director's report.
And you have my written report. I do want to say thank you for your patience with me on the policy manual revisions. This is probably going to drag into 2019, just given all that's going on right now and the amount of time that I'll be taking off due to my father's health. So, and on a very sad note, I would like to acknowledge the passing of Linda Kunze, the executive director of the Downers Grove Downtown Management Corporation, who passed very suddenly earlier this week. It's been a shock to everyone. Yes, to find that Linda had passed. She was a force to be reckoned with for the downtown, and I think the success of downtown management and of the downtown TIF owes a lot to Linda and her good work. So just acknowledging her. I will keep you posted when we find out more about services.
Yeah, she was an amazing woman, a dear friend for many years of mine, and it was a shock. The good news is that she almost died 10 years ago and has been fighting that ever since, but very successfully. And all of a sudden this week, she got a case of pneumonia and lost to it. But the good news is we got 10 years.
Yeah, 10 extra years. And then, Susan, this may be your last meeting. It may not be your last meeting. Susan's tenure on the board is, the term officially ends on August 31st, but you all serve until replaced. So Susan is with us here today. We did receive word from the mayor that he knew weeks ago that he was not going to make a decision and appoint someone by the September meeting. So he did ask Susan to continue with us. And The October meeting is kind of up in the air, so we don't know if there will be another appointment, but.
I think I saw in one of your emails, a very large number of people that are.
There were 80 current applicants listed on the boards and commissions website where they tally up all the applicants. As of when I sent that, there may be more as of today, one never knows. But
I'm amazed that all of the commissions had huge numbers.
Yeah, there's a lot more interest the last few years than there used to be. I think, I got recruited. I don't think there were any
I'm glad I got recruited.
25 years ago.
well, thank you. It was wonderful 10 years of having you on the
Your seat
board.
is hot. 75 people are.
Oh, there, that's where I want to be.
I had a question on the community engagement coordinator position. How many people, how many applicants are still in the pool?
2. We're down to the final 2. And unfortunately, one of them could not do Monday. We were originally trying to interview them both on Monday of this week. One of our applicants could not do Monday. She requested Friday. So our final interview will be on Friday, and we hope to make a decision right away and get someone in very soon because we really do need that person overseeing our partnerships and our outreach.
One, just final question for me. Have we had any remaining issues with the server? I was reading Paul Regis's message about the 4-day in August.
Thankfully, everything, it kind of forced them on their timeline of
Okay.
getting some virtual servers and doing some different kinds of backup stuff.
Okay.
And so they've been making a lot of progress on that since, that will force the issue.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think we're now on to agenda item number 11, trustee comments and requests for information. Do we have any trustee comments or requests for information? I'll just reiterate Julie's point. Thank you very much for your service to the library.
Serving on the library was a wonderful experience.
I've only had the pleasure of 2 years that we've overlapped, but
It's really good group. I think the library is much appreciated by the community. Hopefully we'll continue to be. I'm sure it will. Thank you. And thank all of you too for your service.
You know where you live.
Come visit.
We may need your advice.
agenda items. All right, we are finished with the agenda, and I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody.